Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and thank you for joining me on today's video. This is the card that was made at a recent class, and it uses the products from the Lavender suite. I think that's the name of it. I don't remember. I just wrote down my bundles. This suite features 2 bundles, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, what's the page number here? Yeah, totally caught me off guard on what I was gonna say today on this video. Okay, here we go. It's the in the new mini catalog. It starts on page 22. Perennial Lavender, and this suite features 2 bundles, 2 stamp sets, 2 sets of dies, paper butterflies, which that's one of them, and the lavender. What are these? The purple fine shimmer gems. So that's what this card is from. It's from that suite of products, and it's also the designer series paper. Love that paper. So yeah, so this is this card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off from this as my example, but I wanted to make cards that were more, they weren't so feminine, a little bit more masculine, but still stay within the same framework of products. So this is what I did. I've used the exposed brick for the embossing folder, and my card base is dark. It's Blackberry Bliss with a piece of crumb cake cardstock that was embossed. And that to me sort of sets it, a more neutral, if you will, tone. It's not Highland Heather, it's not Fresh Freesia, it's not a pinky, it's not white, it's not, to me, a more softer color. I'm stuck with a more bold, muted color, because I wanted, like I said, I wanted this I needed to send 2 cards to guys. So I still kept with the same framework for my die cuts, and this, I love this one. This cuts 2 in 1. So that's what I did with this one. And on this one, I did not stamp the little flowers at the bottom, nor the butterflies inside. And with my gems, the gems, let's see if this will help you. The gems on here are the 3 different shades. It's the Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. I stuck with, on this one, the Berry Burst, because to me they were a little bit more darker. Again, they didn't seem as feminine with my color scheme. So that's a neat way to, if you're trying to do a guy card, to stick with that. So on this card, we're going to put this one together. And I did stamp my butterflies and my flowers for the inside of this card, but I am not going to add the Wink of Stella. To me, the Wink of Stella makes it a little bit more girly, so I'm not going to do that. So that's my inside. This is my card base, Blackberry Bliss. And if you're watching this from my YouTube channel, I do have in the description box a link you can copy and paste that will take you to my blog post that has a complete listing of all of this material and the measurements. So I am going to put my designer series paper, and I guess, I'm going to keep it the way it is. That I'm not going to change. I'm changing things up a little bit, but not that much. And I am going to use my grid paper to try and help me get this on here straight, or as straight as I can. And I'm going to put this on here. And if you'll notice on this piece, I think did I do them on all of them? No, this is the debossed. So this is the embossed side where you can see it's all raised up. And on this one, I use the deboss, which means I use the reverse side. So embossing folders, you can use your, sometimes, if there's wording, no, it sometimes doesn't look too great. But you can always check the other side of your embossing folder. Okay, so now we are just going to put our pieces parts on here. And I've got my silicone mat. I mean, you can use liquid adhesive for this, but because I have a tape runner that does a dot type pattern, I don't get adhesive. My adhesive only goes where there is cardstock, which I don't know if you can see or not. So that, yeah, sort of, that's why I like a dot or diamond pattern adhesive. And I just snipped the bottom of that off because I don't need all that. And it just, in a sense, sometimes adds more bulk than I really want. I might snip this one too. I'm going to snip some of this because I really don't need all of that. Now we're going to put this bad baby down right there. And this is my greeting, sending love and best wishes. And no, I did not stamp cockeyed. That's the way the stamp is made, is it stamps it on a slant, which I am not particularly crazy about that. Yeah, it just, if I want to slant something, then I want control of that, then I'm going to slant it. I don't want someone else to decide for me, but it is what it is, and that's the way the stamp is. And I did call Stamping Up and ask them, is this supposed to be like this? And they said yes. So because that would bother me, thinking I have stamped that crooked, if you angle your greeting, it takes care of that. And if you noticed, I did not put a dimension. I only put dimensionals on the corners. I did not put any in the center because I knew I was already built up in the center from all my layering. But on this one, I'm not going to add any of the gems. I just am going to add a little butterfly. The butterfly stamp has coordinating dies, and it stamps out the large and the small. But I'm just going to use the larger one. And then I'm going to get my greeting on the inside. And yeah, I didn't like how that's stamped. So, you know, there are two sides to cardstock. So if you just goober up the one, flip it over. And that's it. So yeah, so these are my two, what I'm going to call my masculine cards. And then these are the two that, you know, I'm sure they would be fine, but I just think it's a little, to me, a little too frilly with the butterfly. And again, I used Blackberry Bliss on the ink for this, and on this one, I used Pretty Peacock to try, again, go with that more masculine theme. So that's what I have to offer for you today. And again, I appreciate you stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Bye.